Hello everyone and welcome back to Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope everyone's having a wonderful day today. Before I get started in this video, a lot of you keep saying in the comments, stop saying that we're early. But when I say that we're early, there's irony in it. You know, a lot of people are going to be buying XRP at $4, $5, $6, $7 in the very near future. They did it with Bitcoin. How many people you think bought in at 30 and 40K when it was doing a run up to 69K? I'm sure a lot of retail investors did. You're going to be so happy you bought at these prices. And when I say we're early, you could see the new financial system getting built from the ground up. It's this crypto partnered with this crypto, partnered with this bank, partnered with this company, building a CBDC for this country. That's the new financial system. And we are lucky enough to get XRP at the prices we're getting it at right now. Also, I got to give a shout out to Dave. PGA brought it to my attention in the comments that he watches my videos every day. And all of you really deserve a shout out because some of you really enlighten me with your comments. You send me in a different direction. You have me researching things I didn't research in the past. And I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you that come and watch my videos on a daily basis. Thank you all for that. So I'm going to start with this. Ripple has no debt. We've never had any debt. We've got $1 billion of cash. Brad Garlinghouse said that. When he says that, it reminds me of a TV show I watch, Billions. When Bobby Axelrod opens up the safe and there's big, massive mounds of cash inside of there. That's what I picture every time Brad says we've got $1 billion in cash. If you ever seen that show's great. And if you haven't seen it yet, it's definitely a must see if you're a crypto investor. HSBC executive and Swift board member joins Ripple to support continued global growth. So when you see Swift board members leaving Swift to go and work for Ripple, you know Ripple is the future. Financial sector development, Africa. Private DLT for inter-organization cross-border settlement. Ripple and Stellar again. Can't stop, won't stop. I can't stress this enough. Ripple and Stellar are not rivals. They are going to work together in the future, side by side. And people still always say, well, what should I buy, XRP or XLM? If you're buying XRP, you definitely should have a bag of XLM and vice versa. These two are going to lead us into the new financial system. Professor of International Trade Policy at Cornell University says banks that don't trust each other to have a mechanism outside the bank system. But if you do have, as with DLT, that can cross-verify each other's banks, can work together. It's almost like I always said, if two countries don't trust each other, they're going to have to utilize XRP to be the trust layer in between two CBDCs in the future. Banks are going to use it in the same way. CTO shares missed opportunity he never pursued. David Schwartz, I was going through some old files and found this provisional patent application that I filed way back in 2011. Never went further with it. Social networking front end for cloud storage. I'm sure David had a lot of wonderful ideas over the years. I'm just happy he decided to work with Ripple. Ripple and Binance impersonators target XRP holders through fake staking program. Online scammers try to lure XRP investors by offering fake staking services with up to 31% ROI for one token. Now, you're going to see scams like this all over, especially when crypto really starts to rise in value. I tell you, you have to be very safe right now. Don't click on any of the bots in the comment section either, because those are scams as well. You got to hold on to your XRP for dear life, because I believe we're going to take off very soon. Once that case ends with the SEC, watch how fast Ripple does a run up. The SEC's excellent record on crypto regulation and enforcement. This is pathetic. I'm just going to read you the bottom line. The SEC has an excellent track record on regulating and enforcing the law on crypto industry for those interested in stopping the crypto crime wave rather than pushing crypto-friendly legislation. They should surge resources to the SEC and adequately fund its important mission to protect investors and markets. How many of you feel that we are protected by the SEC from anything? Think about FTX. How do you think the investors in FTX feel about the SEC right now, especially knowing that Gary was meeting and having phone calls with Sam Bankman-Fried? This is pathetic, and I believe they write these articles to prop up the SEC like they're doing such a great job. All the SEC is doing is holding back innovation and working against retail investors, in my opinion. Institutional investors are betting on XRP. And again, the report showed that XRP was the only crypto that saw significant inflows last week, likely because the crypto community is more optimistic about Ripple's battle against the SEC follows new updates. Overall, digital asset investment products saw an inflow of $9.7 million last week, marking a continuation of negative sentiment that has recently emerged. Additionally, total assets under management fell to $20.5 billion last week, the lowest point since the FTX fiasco in November. So while the rest of the crypto space isn't looking so good, XRP still sees significant inflow because people are afraid of missing out. They're afraid that if they don't buy XRP right now and that case ends, they're going to miss out on a massive run. And I believe the next run's going to start with Ripple winning that lawsuit. XRP price predictions, how Ripple's lawsuit could impact the coin's value in 2023. Of course, the big question on everyone's mind is what will happen to the XRP price if Ripple wins the case. Many experts believe that if the judge finds that XRP is not a security, XRP could rally massively, surpassing its current all-time high of $3.40 and possibly even reaching $10. I believe a lot of people feel XRP is going to hit $10 very fast once that case ends. I believe it's going to go a little bit higher based on the growth that happened for Ripple all through the past year. On top of that, I believe banks are ready to go live right away with ODL as well, pushing the price up even higher. BNY Mellon and Fiserv expand real-time FX rate quotes for payments from the U.S. This could be Ripple X Current API integration. Both are Ripple partners. And again, I believe these banks want to get on board as soon as possible. I believe the banks are in trouble right now. And I'm thinking they're going to want to use that on-demand liquidity right away. I believe they're hoping that case wraps up just as fast as we want it to wrap up, because look at what happened with Bank of America. I still believe that was a soft bail-in when customers' funds disappeared. Why do they have to involve Ripple in this negative article? Ripple rival Stellar has $13 million exposure to bankrupt Genesis. You see, ever take notice how they always say Ripple rival? Like I said at the beginning of this video, they are not rivals. They're going to work side by side in the future. And on top of that, they always like to show how these companies have ties to these companies that went bankrupt, companies that had fraud going on, or money laundering. You got to understand something though. These ISO coins are still on track to move massively in the near future. As Hester Pierce said, even if Gensler had his own sense of justice, it will hinder the future U.S. economy, U.S. consumer protection. SEC Commissioner says regulators' current approach will take 400 years to go through cryptos it alleges are securities. That's how pathetic it is at the SEC. And everybody knows once regulations come, it's going to take out a lot of the cryptos that are out there today. But we're still going to be left with the main ones, the ISO coins. They're going to still continue to rise in value. This is all a charade right now, in my opinion. And you see how Gensler and Warren are trying to work together to come up with regulations. If they come up with regulations, those regulations are not going to help me and you, period. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission on Tuesday said it has awarded a whistleblower payout of more than $28 million to join tipsters who shared info. Now look at how much they collected, because the SEC has paid more than $1.3 billion in over 300 awards to individuals for their information through 2022. So who got that money? Was it Sam Bankman-Fried's girlfriend, that Caroline Ellison, or who was receiving these massive payouts? But I believe if the SEC was really looking out for the retail investor, they would have took that $1.3 billion and made some retail investors that lost everything whole again. That's how you help the retail investor, not by giving payouts to whistleblowers who most likely already had ties to the corruption that was going on. Ripple XRP. Can XRP make you a millionaire in 2023? There has been speculation that Ripple XRP could potentially drive the next bull run in the cryptocurrency market due to its increasing adoption by financial institutions and its potential use cases in the financial industry. Now, XRP is going to make millionaires. And we know increasing adoption is happening. We see more and more partnerships with Ripple. Once Ripple's in the door, all of a sudden, the same company that Ripple is working with starts utilizing XRP, starts using on-demand liquidity. It all depends on how high the price goes on XRP, though. That will tell you how many millionaires will be made. But I always tell you, you got to buy as much as you could possibly afford when the price is really low. That's how you get the most gains. But never overinvest, because then you get impatient. You want it to happen as soon as possible so you could get rich right away. But if you invest what you could afford to lose, you can be patient. You can make it to the finish line. I tell you it all the time. If you made it through 2022, you can make it through anything. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. Again, I appreciate all of you watching my videos. We'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.